Okay, so how do you want to play the Tony Atlas thing?
I'll try, put it on an hour? I'll do about, we're doing a break or just go straight through?
Let's go straight through.
Try calling him.
I was going to say go break halfway through.
I'll try to give him a call about 9:30.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode of Kyle.
Knockouts and 3 counts.
The Oreo special.
For those of you watching on Facebook Live.
I was totally paying attention. I was just playing a role.
Those of you watching on Facebook Live, you get to see the Oreo.
Anybody that watches Screen Junkies gets that reference.
So
this is the Oreo special, not to be confused with Brazzlers.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wait, are we live on Facebook right now?
I just have to click the button.
Oh.
Click the button.
He's got to click it.
Click the button.
Click the button. Okay. So let's go ahead and throw out our social medias and all that good stuff. We'll start off with the left side of the Oreo cookie, Mr. Campbell.
Hey, this is one side of your chocolate cookie right now. This is Kyle Campbell. You can find me on Facebook, Kyle J. Campbell. I do have another Facebook, too. This is just Kyle Campbell. It's still a profile pic. That's my first profile. I've had it for like 10 years. I never go on it. Don't go to that one. Go to the Kyle J. Campbell.
It's got to have the J in it.
Exactly, because people get confused.
Shoot
Kyle
the
J.
J.
Campbell.
Shoot it.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Team
Don't
Chaos.
break your shoulder like I did.
KAYOS. Don't break your shoulder like I almost have multiple times in my life. So if I sneeze, I break it out. So let's go to the cream side of this situation. Collison, throw your stuff out there.
You're right. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Detroit Knockout, at Detroit NOKOUT. Follow the show page, Knockouts and 3 Counts Podcast on Facebook, at KO3C Pod on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me, Devin McKenzie, on Twitter at Devin63. That's DEVINTHE63. You can find me on Instagram at All Steak No Sizzle. That's one word. Speaking of All Steak No Sizzle, check out my other podcast, All Steak No Sizzle.
Segue.
Yes.
Cheap
It is
plug.
finally made a return and put out some old material that I had sitting in the archives and a new show. Make sure to check that out. You can find it anywhere you can find a podcast. And make sure you check out the Reality Era News page on Facebook. We talk wrestling in there. So go ahead and join, and we will definitely add you. So we had to call a little bit of an audible on this show. So
Don't worry, the play might still work.
we'll see.
Quick booking decision.
I got to do my Peyton Manning hot route, Omaha.
Boo.
Hey, Peyton Manning was good. Don't shut.
Boo. Boo.
It's because he's white, you racist.
Wow.
No. Because he's overrated as fuck.
Fuck you. Whoa.
We talked about this. You already know how I feel. I went on a
you.
rant about this on our Super Bowl thing. I'm not going to do it again. He's
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna say this is the wrestling and MMA show, so we'll talk about that on another time.
Very funny.
Possibly
very
on All
funny,
Steak No
Randy.
Sizzle. Make sure you check out that show.
No.
But wow,
What?
good job, Randy. Good job.
That's his new nickname, Creamy Kyle. That's his new. That's canon. That's canon. That's TM.
Book it.
Creamy Kyle. I'm gonna put that in my phone as your name.
But while we're stalling to figure out what what's going on, Kyle
Creamy.
Collison.
He still plays 2KC.
This weekend we have some past guests of the show that are going to be fighting.
Fuck yeah.
You know,
Okay.
Once
Yeah,
again,
you're
we've
right.
had this discussion before. This thing is called a microphone, man.
Don't be afraid
You
of
don't have
something
to
that
yell.
close to your
All you have
face.
to do is just talk.
You
straight-
talk loud anyway, so shut the fuck up.
We called you a loud black guy. That's racist.
Whoa, I didn't say all that.
So, Mr. Collins, let's try this again. This weekend, we have some past guests of the show. They're going to be fighting this weekend. Why don't you let everybody know about those fights? And
So, shout out to Marco, the hybrid Smallman. He's getting ready to fight Willis, the Silverback Black. And Manib Al-Samni is making his return to the cage. Hopefully, we can see
Shout out to
Manib get
Manib.
himself in the W.
Shout out to Maneve. He's the
And
only
the fight
past
will
guest that
be
actually
this
follows
Friday at the Southgate Civic Center. I will be there. Devin said he's going to be there, but are you coming or not?
so here's the question. Who's in the main event?
Brett Big Dog Martin versus Leroy Johnson, top 2 heavyweights. And
Oh man, I was
heavyweights.
about to say if his name was Jenkins, that would have been perfect.
You said Brett Big Dog Martin?
Yeah.
So come to find out, my cousin, he messaged me the other day, was saying, hey, I might be in Detroit this weekend because a friend of mine's son is fighting. And I'm like, who is it? He said, it's Brett Big Dog and Martin. And he said, hey, if you go, I'll buy your ticket. So I have a free ticket.
So you're going, yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely going, man. So
Hell yeah, we'll be at Knockouts and 3 Counts will be in the building then.
yes, sir. Knockouts and 3 Counts will be there. And we also have, Metro
Pros this weekend, too, with the guy who was supposed to be our guest, but we'll just save that for later.
We'll see. Hopefully,
Hopefully we won't pull a Matt Damon on us.
I hope not.
or Amanda Bobby Cooper.
I know.
A, B, C.
Amanda, wait, hold on. Let me.
And I told
Let
him
me
to
turn-
start making that a thing to just start saying at the end of every show.
We did, and we kind of stopped because Amanda, I'm gonna look into the camera and hopefully she sees.
Bro,
this.
you're going to see her tomorrow.
Hi, Amanda.
I'm gonna see her
Or
tomorrow.
Friday, I mean.
First, I got to do this on Facebook.
So here's the better question.
I'm trying to appeal to possibly future guest Amanda Bobby Cooper right now. Hold on, Amanda. Look,
Anybody else
we
hear Smooth Jazz?
apologize for what happened on that first episode. It was technical difficulties. We're sorry. Please, please, Amanda, one day come back on Knockouts and 3 Counts.
Stop sounding like we're begging, nigga.
Whoa! What
Whoa.
the fuck was that?
I was about to say, does my phone just go off? Because I'm not looking at the podcast. Right now.
Anyways, so we're going to see her Friday. We ought to just
Just have a nice little
Say what's
conversation
up to
with
her.
her. Yeah, we will. We'll definitely go see you. Amanda.
Tell her I say hi. Tell her I say hi.
I'm not gonna say it like that though.
Tell her I say hi.
I promise I won't.
All right, but let's talk a little bit of wrestling, guys.
There you go. You cut off the damn air conditioner doing that shit.
Do you feel better?
Yeah, I do. It feels like it made some space in my tummy.
Tummy.
So let's talk a little bit of wrestling. Of course, the big story as of right now.
CM Punk came back. Nobody. Just me. Fuck it.
Maybe at All In. Well, the big story right now is, and we haven't had a chance to really talk about this, is the all women's pay-per-view they just announced for October.
I like it.
It's going to be called Evolution.
Wait. Evolution? Why does that name sound familiar?
Shut up.
I remember back then. Back then.
Evolution is a mystery.
Evolution just passed you by.
I don't think there's been any matches announced yet, but it's been announced that over 50 women will be participating.
That's gotta mean there's gonna be either a rumble or a
There's going to be a
Royale.
battle royal in there somewhere.
Okay, so
What if
who
Santino
is
showed
it
up?
that we all think is going to come back? Obviously,
Trish.
The obvious ones are Trish and Lita.
I keep meaning to tag you and shit when I see you, but I don't want to be a dick and put you out there like that.
Whoa. Who
But-
was that?
That was me. Sorry, it happens from time to time. But
We're very flatulent today.
I know that's my phone vibrate. I know you have it's well documented your feelings on the lovely Trish Stratus, but I got her and Lita. I mean, I got at least her coming back. I don't think Lita's coming back, but
I do.
she's still I mean, it was what February when
Bro,
yeah,
I just
February
saw
with the Rumble. And
Late January.
late January, early February, she was at the Rumble, so she was just in shape. So I think she's coming.
From
back.
what I heard, she's still in badass shape right now. Lita's going to be in there for sure. I'm not going to lie. I want to see Beth Phoenix. I want to see.
I think she's gonna be on commentary.
I think she's going to wrestle.
Yeah, she was in the Rumble?
Bro, if that's an all women's pay per view, she's going to wrestle.
Like, who's the not so obvious person, though?
I want to see Molly Holly again, damn it.
I want to see Melina.
Yeah,
Melina's a great one. I like
that's a
that
good
I
one.
want to see Melina.
One that I definitely have to see, and I think it they kind of teased it a little bit. Karma.
I don't get why they didn't have her come back for the. I'm like,
She
that
she
would've been-
had some back problems. She
Okay.
had some surgery.
because I'm like that would have been perfect for Glow, and I'm like
Right.
nobody even made that joke when they had the Glow woman. I'm like, you literally have her right there, and you guys don't even make a joke about her being awesome. Karma.
I think. Wait, was she there?
She was
I
there.
don't think she was on that one.
She was. She was the last one all the way back. She didn't say anything the whole time. I'm like, she's right there.
So
She's
what
in the
makes you
company.
guys think that they're going to bring her back? Because I'm not
Because
so. I'm not so
Glow has
sure.
been that much of a success, and they've already had Glow
For
women.
women's wrestling,
Yeah,
putting
and
it
you-
back into the populace. People are looking at it now. I mean, it would make sense.
I wouldn't be mad at it. I was really interested to see what they were going to do with her when they brought her in.
I think I called it too. I said they were going to have a stare down between her and Nia Jax.
I would like to see
And I'm
that
like,
match.
that writes itself. I mean, if you can't do Big Show and Shaq, you do Nia Jax and Karma.
I would like. I mean, hey, dude, I'm not mad at it. I'd like to see it.
Man, anybody else that you guys would like to see? I know one person that's in Chicago right now that is not doing much.
You're talking about age.
Neither is her husband.
Damn it, yeah. You all right?
My bad. I was trying to itch my ear and it didn't work.
I thought you were trying to be subtle or throw shade like a motherfucker.
Let's talk for a second. Kyle, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You dropping headphones? You burping all over? Is everything okay?
I'm all right. All right.
Okay, all right.
I have another come to Jesus meeting.
Man, but
This one might be for real though.
that's one thing we
my
don't talk
back
about on
hurts.
the show, people. But are there any matchups that you guys? I know it's a little ways away. That's in October, but do you see any matches possibly being set up for that card?
I know they wouldn't do it, but I would love to see an Ivory Becky Lynch match, or just them just go.
I bet Ivory
one-on-one.
could still go.
Because that's what I'm saying. She could still go, and she was a great technical wrestler. And you got Becky, who's my favorite technical female wrestler right now. I would
Over Natty? As far as technical?
Yeah, Natty's great, but in the ring, watching it, I enjoy looking at Becky Lynch do her
That's
thing
not
more
tech.
than Natty.
That's not for technical reasons though.
No, I mean I love Natty. I mean Natty's fine.
You just said
short. I mean
you
she's
think
short and
you
thick.
like.
No,
You like.
I'm not saying looking at Becky
looking better.
No, I mean in the ring, watching a match. I'd rather watch a Becky Lynch match than a Natalia match right now.
That's because
she
WWE
entertains
don't
me right
push Natty at all.
now. They just starting to push Becky Lynch. How long has she been?
No,
the
I
most
agree. I'm not
underrated?
saying Becky don't need to get pushed. I'm just saying you're making it like they pushed Natty.
No,
all
I'm
the time.
saying.
Wait,
I'm
wasn't
saying
Natty
I-
like champion like last year?
Is she is
Yeah, but since,
TV time
since
with
her
her best
bestie
friend.
showed up,
Says what?
since her bestie showed up, that shit ain't
She's counting the
Wait,
lights a
wait,
lot.
time out. Who's her bestie?
Rhonda.
Oh, that kind of goes right into my point. So, I think that either at this pay-per-view, this all women's pay-per-view, or at the Survivor Series, we're gonna get the 4 horsewomen versus the 4 horsewomen.
I'm down with it.
I
Hot
think that'd
damn.
be I think that'd be because they didn't do it last year.
Well, now
for
they've got them all
Survivor.
under contract.
That's what I'm saying. Now this is when you do it for Survivor Series. That way, it's another
But it,
evolution of female wrestling, and then
but
it's
they're at
team
least gonna
versus
start
team.
planting the seeds for it at this all women's pay-per-view. If
We're-
not do it then.
We're on camera. We're live, even though this goes out a couple days later.
No,
I'm
the
putting
live
the-
videos
I'm
out
This
right
goes out
now.
right away.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm putting this out here right now. They will do a horsewomen versus horsewomen match at Survivor Series. The MMA horsewomen win because Sasha turns on Bailey. Boom.
And
Book it.
you and me were talking about this in the car. This whole Bailey Sasha thing has been going on for way too long. And what I think happened was that they were planning on finishing that thing either at Mania or after Mania. But I guess they realized, hey, this Ronda thing wasn't a disaster. It's actually pretty good. We got to keep the 4 horsewomen of wrestling together long enough to get to that storyline later on in the year. Because it just seems like this whole story just took a quick pivot. Like, okay, they're definitely gonna beat the crap out of each other. Oh, but now we got to keep them together. So,
Yeah, but I mean, even at that though, bro, they've also kind of left the cliffhanger of.
Whether they kiss or not.
Well, they've left the cliffhanger of the fact that
they've hinted at that.
Sasha's playing the whole, we've got our issues, but if anybody's going to beat you up, it's going to be me and not anybody else. So
This is literally of a long-term storyline because this has been going on for a while. I cannot remember in recent memory one this bad. Like that they just keep pushing
feels
it
like it
and they
just
don't.
fell off the rails.
It feels like this should have happened last year almost. Like this Mania was like, okay, this is your expiration date to where this is no longer interesting.
Right.
And now we're going in Survivor Series and it's still going. What they have 1 week of couples couples therapy or whatever. Anger management.
What's the doctor name?
Shelby.
Dr. Shelby.
Dr. Shelby. Yeah,
one week. And I'm like, this
That's it.
shows that, and not trying to be sexist or anything, but there are things that you can do with men that you can't do with women. You cannot do the anger management thing with them as well as you did it with Daniel Bryan and Kane, and you damn sure can't do this is your life like he did with The Rock and Mankind with Alexa Bliss and Bayley.
Okay,
because
look, dude,
something
some
just
things are
misses.
some things are just good, and you can't recreate it with just anybody.
And the thing is, they have talent. Like we were saying, they have probably the best talent, bar none, they've ever had.
I agree.
But Jesus, they just repeatedly drop the ball. I mean, a match between them we've seen is a great match.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, the story, once again, story writes itself, but they don't go with it. The most iconic women's match of probably ever is Bayley versus Sasha, Brooklyn, right?
I agree.
This is probably going to be the last time they do SummerSlam in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
They were beefing with each other.
That's not
Leading
the
towards
last time they do that.
towards SummerSlam, right? Just have the match, right? Makes sense. No, we're gonna swerve. And now we're gonna make them a tag team again. So
I love
now
you.
there's still time. They could still do it, but I highly doubt that they have the two of them wrestling each other at SummerSlam. I doubt it. Highly doubt it.
I just don't get it.
Well, I'm looking at Facebook. My man Seeth, he threw out Stacy Keibler and Tori.
Who gives a fuck about that? I mean, okay, let me take that back. Tori is still in great shape. I'm sure Stacy is too, but
Stacey
Stacy
is.
can't wrestle, dog.
When could she?
That's my point. So,
So we just don't want to see Stacy.
no,
Keibler?
I'm not saying I don't want to see her. I'm just
I was
saying
about to say, I'd see the
I'm not
legs.
saying I don't want to see it.
I mean, yeah.
Her legs are beautiful,
Ugh.
but I'm
She's
just
got legs.
she knows how to use them.
Literally,
Anyways,
her legs are longer than her body.
my point is though, who wants to see her wrestle though? I don't.
I wouldn't mind seeing Stacy Keibler.
wouldn't mind her.
I didn't say I don't want to see her. I said
And the thing
wrestle.
is, I think it would be good because they're not going to do great because they never did. But it's good to see where he came from.
Hey, Tori
You
didn't
gotta
do
see the
so bad,
evolution.
and Tori's in better shape now than I think that she was when she was in WWE.
She was.
Oh, and Seeth also said, "Can we get a women's tag team championship?"
Yes,
I've been saying that for a while. I said that.
I
Actually, I said
fully
that in one of our.
support that shit.
If you go back and listen to the old episodes of this podcast, it's on this show we did about a year ago.
And Randy just looks so bored by us.
That's always.
That's every day.
That's true.
I don't do the wrestling.
He
Wanna
just
take
like
that?
he just like looking at the MMA fighters. That's all.
Ones that look like Gordon Hayward, but we'll leave that alone.
ones that look like Gordon Hayward.
Speaking of which, Randy says, "When are we getting the Hardsby brothers back in here?"
He's not on camera.
Adrian,
He's
you
on
guys
camera.
have got fans, bro.
He just did the Buddy Christ.
And he's turning red. Oh, but
Bro, the way he asked for his Instagram with the quickness.
What's your Instagram? How do you spell it? Is it?
oh yeah, I'm gonna put it up on the page now. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Kyle, what were you saying about the tag team championships? Man?
Creamy.
I would love to see that, dude. In my opinion, I think that would be perfect.
I honestly thought that's what she was gonna announce. I didn't see the swerve of the paper.
Oh, I didn't either.
I'm like, to me, there's like a little progression. You go first women main event in Raw, then main event a pay per view, then tag team divisions, then elimination chamber,
Royal
then
Rumble.
So I'm like,
So
now if you throw the tag team titles, it's great. But I'm like, you could have did that for the actual pay per view.
since we're talking about SummerSlam, Evolution, all that good
Summerfest?
stuff, yeah, all that,
WrestleSlam.
yeah, pretty much. What do you guys think about Ciampa being champion?
Love it.
I was say, I love it, man. Dude,
I like
I've
Ciampa.
literally watched that match probably about 7 to 8 times, man.
What, the black match?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I watched. I ain't
I
gonna
thought
lie.
that was
I
good,
skipped.
but I didn't think it was.
It wasn't as good as him versus Gargano.
Fuck no.
Well, no, I'm not saying that.
Fuck no.
But you got to realize, every time Gargano and Ciampa wrestle each other, I watch it all the time. So to me, it was another great match.
Look, dude,
All
Ciampa
wrestling.
is the top heel, period.
All wrestling.
Oh wait, now we want to say that? I've been saying
I've
that.
been saying it right along with you.
No, people are like, oh no, it's the Miz
People.
or no, it's
People,
it's
not me. I
You know
said
what?
right along.
You're right. You're
People.
right. It was Tony Thunder.
I
People.
said right.
People. What do you mean?
I
you
said
people?
right along with you.
Like,
Ciampa's
I
been
thought he was
killing
the best
it.
heel in the business.
I think the best storytelling they've done in years is Ciampa versus Gargano.
Dude,
That's,
and the best
that
part is
that's
now
old
they're-
school '80s
And
wrestling.
the best
at its
part
best.
is you've got it to the best way for them to blow that off is for them to fight for the title.
You know it's gonna be a triple threat.
Fuck
Oh,
that.
God,
it needs
no.
It's gotta be a triple
No.
threat.
You know what? I would even be fine if they didn't make a stipulation. Just a one-on-one match. You don't even need a last man standing. You don't need a first.
I don't know,
blood.
man. Both of those matches were wild. And
I know, but
we
I'm
were
like,
there.
the way this is built up, you don't even need it to me. Like, if they do
No,
make it
you
a
don't.
stipulation match, I'm fine with it. But I'm like, I would
Triple
be
threat.
fine.
It's gonna be a triple threat.
Nah, it's got to be them.
You know
It's
what
gotta
would
be
have been
them.
really cool is I don't know if you guys. I mean, this is totally out of left field, but I don't know if you guys know, but Ciampa's wife used to wrestle for a short time.
Who is she?
She was on, was it the first season or second season of Tough Enough, something like that. Wouldn't it be something if somehow his wife shows up and like you
Ooh.
got her, Candace,
Ooh.
Johnny, Ciampa, like obviously not
All
with
right.
the title involved, but
Okay.
I just think that would be a interesting twist to it.
If you want to take it all the way back, just have the Undertaker choke slam him too.
I'm just saying that would be kind of
That would be good. I mean, when they introduced Candace, and I'm like, that gave the right amount of muscle. Because when she handed him that crutch, I'm like, that's how you use a spouse in wrestling
Yeah,
successfully, where they don't have to get involved in it.
Right.
That I mean, honestly, to me, this is proves the NXT stuff is probably a little better than the main roster.
And I've been saying this, man. WWE has the most talent, but their storytelling is shit. But NXT, oh my God, the story, it's beautiful, beautiful storytelling, man. And it's
Look,
like
bro,
when Vince gets his hands on it, man, it's just like, come on,
they
man.
have knocked out of the park the whole feel good moment with Candace and Johnny, and the you son of a bitch moment with Ciampa and Johnny. Look, dude, Johnny Wrestling might be one of the best good guys they have. Period.
And Ciampa's the
He's
best
the
heel.
best
I
heel.
agree.
And it's like,
When they circled back around, that's the thing
Because
that
I'm not
makes
gonna lie,
wrestling good.
even though I'm a fan of Ciampa, when Ciampa got Gargano with that DDT on the wood, I was
That's
like,
what I was going to say. I'm like,
I
when they
was like,
circled
you
back
son of a
around to that,
bitch.
and that's what he
after
uses
all
to win.
that, my thought was, you son of a bitch. No way.
I started clapping when I saw. I'm like, because I'm like, I know wrestling, so I'm like, they're not gonna show something if they're not gonna come back to it. And the fact that it was like 15 minutes later,
Yes.
and then he finally gets him there, and when he DDT'd, I'm like, oh, that's it. 1, 2, 3. I'm like, that's storytelling.
dude,
That's
like,
how you do it.
I legit forgot about
Not
that
to
whole,
mention-
the whole thing. 'Cause they did the whole spot over by the entrance area.
the waiting ring
Oh,
spot.
and the red. Oh, my
Not to
God.
mention, I thought that the moment when Gargano was just kind of sitting on that TV case or whatever the fuck it was, and he's just sitting there staring at him, fucking perfect. Just have him sit there and look at him. Like, I thought, dude, that's insane.
To me, this is what Kevin versus Sammy should have been.
This is what
Because they
Sasha
ran.
versus Bailey
True.
should have been. This is what Nakamura and AJ should have been. It's just so many incidences of like this is layups, but the storytelling was shit. It's bullshit.
You know what? This is a good analogy for those who are basketball fans who are listening to this. What they're doing now is having a wide open layup and trying to put a little too much English on the ball.
So,
You
here's
ain't got to take it behind your back. You ain't
here's
gotta turn
something we
around.
need to talk about. Have both of you watched Raw?
I didn't watch it last night, but I saw the Brock stuff on the.
I just
on the
finished
YouTube.
watching it.
I didn't see all of the Brock stuff.
I just finished watching it, and that's exactly what I'm going to bring up. So they started the show by Brock being like, "Look here, you work for me, and I'm not going out there."
I
Mind
know where
you,
this is going.
Kurt Angle said, "Look, if he don't come out, you're fired." So you get to the end of it, Brock comes out, F5's Kurt Angle,
Who just
and then-
laid there? Did you see how he just laid there?
and then he
too?
just chokes the piss out of Paul Heyman, puts him in Dion Belly, and then just walks out.
And they
like-
started chanting Roman's name.
Now they're gonna turn. Now they're gonna turn Brock heel.
Damn it. I
That's what's
finally
gonna
got them to cheer Roman Reigns.
Well,
They were cheering his name
this
for the
came out,
Raptors.
this
goddamn.
came out over the weekend because The Rock has made comments that he does want to come back again.
Well, he's been said he wanted to come
No,
back.
but the fact that he's saying is there's a rumor that if Roman still ain't over by WrestleMania next year, Rock is gonna give him the rub. He will count the lights for Roman. I can see that happening.
So how does that help Roman Reigns?
How does him winning that Royal Rumble help him when you literally saw the crowd was about to riot and you sent the Rock out there and he still couldn't get the look on his face
Like, see,
just said it all. Like, Jesus, what's wrong with these people? They really don't like him.
and look, I love The Rock, man. It's one of my favorites. But like, even The Rock should know better than that. It's not going to work. he was one of the most hated
shit.
people in the business. Like legit, they hated the whole pineapple hair rock, right? And he had to turn heel. And he talked about it like, you guys chanted "Die Rocky Die," and then people liked him. So how is it that a guy that's actually been through this, that's been through this exact same scenario, is saying that, hey, I can get him over the way that doesn't work? It doesn't make any sense to me.
So
It's
you
like-
guys, somebody might like us. We might have a special guest.
We do? Is he calling in now?
Yes.
He might be.
He's supposed to be calling in.
Okay. But I don't know. Come on, Rock. I think Rock knows better. than that.
Speaking of rock, wow, what a coinkydink. Or are you talking about Caleb?
Caleb.
Oh well, fuck you.
But
See, man.
like
See, first you want to yell into the microphone, and then you don't want to talk into
Well,
it.
there was a reason I wasn't
I'm
talking
fucking
into
with
the
you.
microphone.
I'm fucking
You
with you.
cocksucker.
Wow.
Ooh. Damn, there's a couple of layers you go
That's
up
my
to.
job.
Somebody give me a bell, goddammit.
Somebody give me alcohol, sure.
There's like no comeback to this at all.
Where? You know what, Devin?
See, there's a joke there, but I'm leaving it alone.
I gotta consider myself the second co-host, but I want to see how you can segue off of that.
I don't have a segue. Here's a segue.
I got a segue. Hey, if you're looking for a car, make sure you check out SouthfieldQualityCars.com. Once you check out Southfield Quality Car and you find the vehicle you would like to purchase, just go in there and use the reference code 19309. That's 19309. And you will receive $500 off on your purchase. Bam!
1939 is the number.
See,
1939.
See, once again, now you're yelling into the mic.
I have to. It's part of the shtick.
No,
You,
it's, it's,
you
no, it's
understand
not.
how these things work, right?
It's-
I understand how this works.
See,
bitch.
you still
this
not
arm ain't
talking.
broke.
Talking. If you're gonna veil,
talking right
if you're gonna
into it.
veilly threaten me, at least talk to the mic so the people can hear it. So
I'm talking right into it. This arm ain't broke.
All right, so
So you've been giving yourself strangers this whole time.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa. God, this show is going off the rails. I liked you better when you weren't here.
wow.
That's what your girlfriend said.
Well, I ain't got one, so we're all right.
That was good. I forgot it was a good show.
Hey, so Hulk Hogan's a racist and he's back in the WWE. Let's talk about that.
I was really about to say something, but that would have been inappropriate. You know what I was gonna say.
What were you about to say?
Do not say it.
We coming for you, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
I love sensation.
Funny you
Shout out to past guests of the show, Booker. T.
Booker T. I was just listening to him on Xbox show.
But yeah, I want to talk about this Hulk Hogan thing.
Oh man,
Jeez. Here we go.
I'm with Titus. Like, it. Granted, you said your apologies. And you're going, okay, cool. How it got found out? Hey, you in the privacy of your home, somebody illegally videotaped you. That's not cool.
Right.
But you still said that shit.
I don't condone.
You meant that shit.
Well,
I don't condone at all what he said. Like I think
real quick, let me let the people know what happened. As you know,
everybody who knows anything about wrestling knows what happened.
you don't know that. You can't assume that. Hulk Hogan, wrestling legend, got caught on tape. Wait, what's the guy? Bubba the Love
Bubba the
Sponge.
Love Spoon.
Yeah,
He's a hater.
20 minutes left.
Oh shit.
That's
Yeah, he was banging his friend's wife, Bubba the Love Sponge.
with his
wife.
permission, right?
That's what happens when you show up 10 minutes late.
No, it was kind of his permission, but the videotaping wasn't under his permission. But
He videotaped it so he could watch it later.
So
but then in that tape, he said some very disparaging remarks about African Americans.
The fact that they
And
were
then-
dating, one of them was dating his daughter apparently at the time.
Right. And he's like, if you're going to date one, at least date a rich one. And he used that word that we're not going to use on this show. But he was then kicked out of the WWE Hall of Fame. And
If you've heard Mel Gibson's rant, it's similar. It's similar. They're in the same family. They're cousins.
wow,
so
cousin rants. But yeah, so now he's been reinstated. So go ahead.
my whole thought on that whole thing is like what Kyle was saying. Like to me, man, first of all, it's fucking foul for somebody to videotape you while you're in your house. Second of all, there's no reason that anybody should ever be, throwing around that kind of insult towards anybody. That's just, to me, that's wrong. I understand I'm the white guy, it's different, but I'm just saying, even being the white guy, that's out of line. All I'll say is that, in my opinion, that was dirty the way they did that shit, first of all. Second of all, the guy's apologized for it, and I understand there's other people
Has
who...
he?
Yeah, he has. He's apologized a bunch of times.
Has he?
Yeah, he has.
Has he? What did he apologize for?
that he should have never used that word. First of all,
You know what?
Has he?
I could
Because
swear
everything that I've
seen
heard was that basically he was saying that he's sorry that he got caught
And be
how he got
careful
caught.
what you say around people who could be recording. I honestly don't remember. And I'm trying to be no bullshit. I honestly cannot think of a video of me seeing him like fully out apologize. I remember
could
the
swear
Gawker
I
trial.
did.
I remember the trial.
From the statements that I've seen, basically he was saying, he was kind of like playing the victim. It's like they recorded me illegally, and which
I was going to
don't
say,
deny
dude, there
that.
ain't no denying that.
I'm not
That was
denying that, but
bullshit.
what I'm saying is he never really apologized for the behavior. He didn't really apologize for, hey, that's fucked up what I said. I shouldn't have said it. I don't look at African Americans like that. Blah blah blah. I just didn't. I didn't feel. I felt like he was more apologizing for getting caught and how he got caught, saying it. But I don't think he actually apologized for it.
So it's funny you bring up past guest of the show, Booker T. I was listening to an interview with him and X-Pac today, and X-Pac said it the best way that I can put it.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you.
He's like, look, dude, I'm not black, so I can't say anything. But he took it to Booker and he goes, Booker, what do you think as far as this? And Booker was like, first of all, it's wrong for anyone to be getting, their private conversations taped and put out there like that. First of all,
Right,
that's
no
fucked
doubt.
up.
No doubt.
Second of all, he was like, look, dude.
That's how you lose the
So
Clippers.
he was like, look, dude, so the guy made a mistake, but he goes, if I'm able to be forgiven for what I said when he did the whole interview in the first place, he goes, I can't turn around and then say, well, Hulk Hogan shouldn't be forgiven either. Like, I'm not condoning it. Please don't mistake what I'm saying.
Right.
I do not by any means think that it's okay for anybody to say that. And being someone that's always been the white guy in my group, I get offended when people use stuff like that. But that being said, I think the guy's had to pay for it because it's been all over the fucking media.
Oh, he got paid for it too.
I mean,
Motherfucker got paid for it. He put Gawker out of business because they owe him for that.
I mean, at the end of the day, dude, oh shit.
Uh-oh. We have a phone call.
Ass and titties. Ass and titties. Ass.
Well, that's not the song.
Mr. Camel, why don't you take it from here?
Hello, caller. Who do we have on the line? God, I sound like a sex operator.
This is Kingpin. I was told to call in and talk to you about having to go downriver on Saturday night.
Well, since you're the Downriver extra, Kyle, how is that on Saturday night?
How the fuck does this get put on me because I'm the one that's from downriver? He's talking about the He's talking about the show that we mentioned previously.
I don't understand the problem. Your house has wheels and you should move.
My house doesn't have wheels, sir, but it's all right.
I like this guy.
I like this. I like the way this is going.
I like it, but
well, I gotta push a couple things. First of all, got WWE, Tony Atlas, Hall of Famer. He's gonna be there. But the main reason I called is I'm letting you guys know. I'm giving you heads up. There's gonna be a title change on Saturday. My guy Travis Titan is gonna beat that bum Jamie Cox. 1, 2, 3, right in the middle.
Uh-oh.
It's just Bubba's been coddling this guy for over a year, put him in there with tomato cans, and he's got a big hurdle he won't get over Saturday night, and I'm guaranteeing that victory on air, and you guys got the scoop.
Ooh.
uh-oh.
Is that a guarantee or a guarantee?
That's a guarantee.
So
And
why
I'm
don't you?
also bringing a new tag team, which I'm not going to reveal right now, but you have to show up to see.
Why don't you tell the people that are listening where they can check that show out? We were talking about it a little bit at the beginning of the show.
It's good. It's good. It's down in Southgate. Right on. I forgot the darn name of the arena. Come on, guys, help me out here. RK? Is it RK? Yeah. Down
Yes,
in the arena. I don't know.
Yeah,
When I
the
go
RK.
downriver.
Yeah, the RK arena. I think it's RK.
Yep.
Arena.
Yep.
Yeah,
okay.
the only thing downriver I like is the Hooters. So
I've been there plenty of times.
It's not a
Right
bad
down
thing.
the
to
street.
do.
Never went there.
I'm in and out of there. How you guys doing tonight? All right.
Not too
Can't
shabby.
complain too much, man.
Oh, is that porn, Kyle? Oh, never mind.
Instagram is porn.
Wow. You must not follow the right females.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly.
Oh my God! So as he mentioned, we've got WWE Hall of Famer Tony Atlas is going to be at the show. Jamie Cox is going to be wrestling for the title. All that good stuff. You guys need to come
Jamie
check.
Cox is going to lose his title.
There you go. He's going to lose his title. So
Guaranteed.
As you would say, guaranteed.
if you guys want to see some wrestling, you guys should come out this Saturday and come check out Metro Pro Wrestling.
Yeah, it's a good time. I mean, it's Southgate, but I mean for Southgate, it's it's about as good as you're going to get downriver.
Wait,
There's a lot of talent. There's some young guys there. All joking aside, you never know, who you're going to see there. Number one. Number two, there's a lot of guys there who really have a future in front of them. That you got to remember, all these guys, a majority of these guys you see on TV now, they started at shows like this, busting their tail and working their way up. So you never know who you come watch today. You might see 5 years ago making headway on WWE. So
With a bad
it's a
repurposed
big
ring now.
show.
So let me ask a quick question. How big is it getting a WWE Hall of Famer like Tony Atlas to come in for this show for the crowd and for the other wrestlers in the locker room?
Well, I think for the young guys in the locker room, if they're smart, they'll keep their ears open, their mouth shut. They'll ask some questions. Usually the vets who come in, like Hall of Famers like Tony, they're usually very friendly and they'll give advice, but you just have to be respectful and keep your mouth shut when the man's talking. That's the main thing. When I broke in, I learned a lot about the promotions, and you keep your mouth shut, your ears open. You can learn a lot. That's the best thing I can tell you.
So should I ask the famous question that we ask all people in the wrestling business?
Might as well.
All right. Well, we have this question that we ask everybody in the wrestling business.
Team Edward, Team Jacob. No.
No.
What's the question?
The question is, and I felt like you just alluded to it. What's something that you would tell people in the locker room, their locker room rules for all wrestlers? We've had people say, shake everybody's hand. We had wash your gear, keep your children and baby mama out of the locker room, wash your balls. What else have we had?
A lot of people have said they've really confirmed that wash your balls thing.
The shaking, shaking hands thing is kind of old school.
Right.
It is a good practice. If you didn't used to do it, you catch a lot of heat. This is back in the 70s, 80s,
Right.
early 90s. Today, some guys are bringing etiquette. I think the number one important thing is be respectful. I see some of these millennials, not all of them, because I don't want to label anybody. They go train in wrestling school, and they think they know it all, and they're cocky. They come in and they don't know a wrist lock from a wrist watch, and they don't show respect. Always show respect, especially to guys. There's some guys in the indie scene that work. Guys like Nate Madsen, Truth Martini. They've been around 15, 20 years. Jamie Cox even has been around, I think, 18 years. I believe that's the number, but they've been around, and if you listen, you can learn. That goes for anything in life. I mean, if you're trying to break into the plumbing business to the sales, people have been there a long time. They've been there a long time because they know what they're doing. So just be respectful, ask questions, and it's all about respect. And respect comes in a lot of ways. It's, as you say, washing your gear, being respectful, not bringing too many people back in the locker room. Respect is a wide range, but respect your elders and respect the business. I see a lot of young guys now coming in, and I think the word I'm looking for is entitlement. And
Okay.
you haven't earned nothing. You haven't paid your dues. Keep your mouth shut, your ears open, be respectful, and you might go somewhere and work your ass off.
All right.
Yeah, we'll have to add that one to the list.
So with the guys that we've got on the show that are going to be on this card, who are some guys that we need to look out for? For those who may not have seen a Metro Pro show.
Of course, Travis Titan. He's probably guy's multi-talented. Now, I will give credit. the heavyweight champion there is Gavin Quinn. That guy's very, very talented. He's on the hit list, but he's very, very talented. We get the title. We get the gold off Cox Saturday night, and then he's on the hit list. It's just it's none personal business. So
I like that.
yeah, but there's a lot of young talent. I mean, Gavin's tag team partner, his name is slipping me, but they work as Lotus. The kids are real good too. So
That's a hell of a tag team. We saw them at Revolution. Or no,
Yeah,
La
they're good.
Lucha, sorry.
They really work well together. They're very fluid and they're very talented. And they're both outside the ring. They're both very humble and very good guys. So I got none but respect for them. Till they, get in front of my guys, then nature takes its course. So
Well,
He's building his guys up to be a fucking gang of killers. I might have to see this on Saturday.
yeah, I was about to say,
Well-
man. Before we get you out of here, man, why don't you go ahead and say one last word to your opponents, man?
And shout out to Bubba.
Bubba.
Yeah.
The only reason let me explain this, guys. See, I'm gonna give you the lowdown. The only reason I go down to Metro Pro Wrestling is because Bubba ran out of money, and I had to buy into the company. So basically, I own shares, a majority of shares. Now, last
You're the
time I was
consortium?
there, they had me evicted from the building. I was sitting over minding my own business, and that idiot El Ridiculoso or whatever his name is, he comes over, gets in my grill.
Tag team partner
Jamie
of past
Cox
guest of the
gets in
show.
my grill. I get booted from the building, but I guarantee I have a couple court injunctions that'll be put in place Saturday. I have very good lawyers, and Bubba might be reaching into his pizza fund if he's not careful.
Damn.
So,
Wow.
Nice.
Anything but the pizza.
yeah. It's Bubba's just he's a man of Downriver. That's all I can say. Fourth grade was the hardest 3 years of his life.
Shots fired.
No.
But come down to the show Saturday night. It'll be a good show. A lot of young talent there, some veteran talent, and I think anybody comes out there really enjoy it. So
Thanks a lot, Kingpin.
and you might see me smack the hell out of Bubba, which is worth the price of admission by itself. So
Hey, but before you get out of here, once again, any last words for your opponents?
Jamie Cox,
Yeah.
put a fork in him. He's done. And whoever that idiot Bubba puts in front of my new tag team, sorry guys, you're stepping stones. So you're just you're in the way. So
Devin,
guys,
I think we might have
appreciate
to
you
make a
having
trip
me
to
on,
Metro
and
Pro.
I hope to see you at the show.
Thanks a lot.
Alrighty. Hey, thanks a lot for calling.
All right,
man.
guys.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Have a good night.
Yep.
So, as you can see, there's quite a lot of things going downriver this weekend. Friday, Devin and I will be at WXC. Marco and Manib are going to be taking some heads home with them.
Yes, sir.
And Saturday, you've got Metro Pro Wrestling. So, if you want to come see some wrestling, you want to see somebody get their ass beat, you've got two avenues to do so.
It's Friday and Saturday. Now we just got to find something to do Sunday. You can start a fight in the parking lot somewhere in Southgate.
I'd rather not,
can break a
considering my
bottle.
shoulder's still broken.
Little fight club somewhere.
Throwing one arm. You kind of got a little Jared Leto and Fight Club type vibe. If you
Let's start a
eyes
fight
and
club
you're drunk.
in downriver somewhere.
We already,
that's-
already tried that, and the cop showed up.
Well, they're downriver cops, so I mean.
Well, I'll let you stand there and let them catch you, and you tell me how you are.
You can ask my girlfriend. I'll be caught dead in Downriver. Anyway.
See, and now you hear it. You see, I come out for this fool's birthday. He couldn't even be bothered.
I used to live downriver.
And we
so,
weren't even downriver. I was downtown.
Exactly.
I used to live downriver, so I can't talk too much.
It's because I'm white.
I'm white inside. But
Wow.
back to the okay. So last thing about the what's coming up next? The Evolution is what, October?
October,
Right.
You got SummerSlam.
SummerSlam coming up next.
No, I
and
mean
Takeover.
after that are they still? Wait, so if that's in October, when's Survivor Series? November.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
the week before Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
why did I forget the
mid-November.
gobbledygooker?
I was gonna say
How'd I
it's the
forget
Thanksgiving tradition, guy.
the gobbledygooker, right? No, Thanksgiving tradition for me is seeing the Lions lose. But anyway,
Yeah, that too.
but anyway,
Fuck you.
Hey, I'm a Lions fan. Don't fuck me. I'm already fucked. I'm a Lions fan. I was born into this shit.
You don't have to suffer, man. You can get out.
I'm a Patriots fan, but look how that shit turned out.
What, championships? Multiple?
You saw that damn collapse last February.
It happened one time.
Thank God they haven't brought. Thank
Bro.
God they haven't brought betting to Michigan online sports.
Brady's got
betting to
enough
Michigan.
rings that he can cover his hands.
He's a 5-time.
Five-time
Super Bowl champion.
Five-time. Fuck up Giselle.
All right, people. We
Still got about 2 minutes left.
got about 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and do our outros, throw our social medias, all our plugs out of the way, and we'll get up out of here. Mr. Collison, we'll start with you, sir.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Detroit Knockout, at Detroit NOKOUT. Follow the show at Knockouts and 3 Counts Podcast. We need those likes. Share the page. Tell your friends. Tell them motherfuckers to tune in if you're watching. Yeah, pretty much come watch somebody get their ass beat. Come kick it with your boys.
If everybody was watching,
thought
that
you was
was
about
the
to
Ed
say
Lover Downs.
I thought you were supposed to say, come get these hands.
You come
hand.
get these hands, motherfucker.
Well, hand. No plural.
I'll go
I'll
next.
still kick you in the dick, bitch.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it. All
Hey,
right.
where's the bell? Where's the bell?
I
Ring the
can't
bell.
reach the bell. But I'll go next. You can catch me on Twitter at Devin63. That's DEVINTHE63. You can check me out on Instagram at All Steak No Sizzle. Speaking of All Steak No Sizzle, check out the podcast, All Steak No Sizzle. You can find it anywhere that you can find podcasts.
Cheap plug.
Yeah, definitely. Make sure you check out SouthfieldQualityCars.com. Once you see the vehicle on there that you would like to purchase and you go to make your purchase,
Go on, say it. Go on.
use the reference code
Close to the mic, Kyle.
19309.
I'm gonna let him have his time.
That's 19309. You receive $500 off on your purchase. Yeah, that's it for me. Mr. Campbell, why don't you go ahead?
1939 was the code he was talking about.
1939.
1939.
So are you trying to do a Dusty Rhodes impression when you do that? Or it just comes out?
He can attest to it. I actually have a pretty good Dusty Rhodes.
No, I've heard
impression.
you, Dusty. I'm just saying that's what comes out when you
It's-
say
it's
it.
not that
Sounds like
bad.
Dusty
It's
trying to
the
give
them
American
good.
Dream. I'm the
It sounds
second
like
most
Dusty-
recognizable athlete in the world next to Muhammad Ali.
Sounds like when Dusty's trying to give the number to the arena so people can call in during the old show.
Call into the hotline, Tony Schiavone.
Caller, who do we have on the line? Kyle J. Campbell on Facebook and at Team Chaos on Twitter and Instagram. Nothing
The
to
Hershey
plug.
Kiss Dream. We'll call him that.
I've been called that before. I will take that.
Oh my God. I don't even want to know. That was totally a joke.
Well, when we start calling you Creamy Kyle, people are going to know where that came from. And I'm not telling them. I'm going to let their imaginations go where they want. So, yeah, just hit me up on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Don't be crazy or a stalker. And, we can have a nice conversation.
Have a nice day.
Check out Reality News Era's page on Facebook.
And
Kev don't love us.
knockouts3counts.com.
That son of a bitch didn't call in.
Bald bastard. Well, I needed it.
Peace.
Music. Ed Lover Dance.